anybody who comes from outside to influence the politics against Alupo should become our enemy. Good morning, viewers and listeners of IKOK television. My name is Charles Olinga. I served as the district speaker of Katakwi, and I did my part. I wanted only 5 years, and I served for 5 years. Now I am serving in agriculture. First of all, I want to appreciate this initiative from Sam and the team. We are all aware that we're in the period of elections, especially NRM primaries. And I am here in this television today to try to guide people on the importance of this election. And most especially, I want, in this episode, I want to talk about one very important person. And this person is the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, who doubles as the woman MP of Katakwi district. There are people who don't follow the history of elections. And I want in this television to talk about how important it is to elect people who closely work with the president. And Jessica Alupo is one of them. If I give you a background, from the time Alupo came into politics in 2006, I have known about it, and there are people who have not followed that process. Just imagine Alupo coming into politics in 2006, 2011. Directly, she worked as a state minister for youth and children's affairs. Now, if you're following very well, 2011, 2016, she came as a full minister of education. Now, 2016, 2021, we made a very huge mistake of pulling Alupo down. Now, I think that was a very big lesson that we learned. And it is only that if you're not learning, that is when you will think about pulling Alupo down again this time. Now, we tried putting another person in that 2016-2021 election, and we celebrated thinking we had done a right thing. But imagine how we were let down by the person we tried. I'm talking about trying in these elections. So we tried somebody and totally let us down. And I get ashamed when the very people come back to fight the vice president. 2021, now we are seeing this process. Alupo becomes the vice president. And the reality proves that now that before Alupo, it was difficult for you to say, I am from Katakwi. Now that Alupo is the vice president, everywhere I've gone in Uganda, you are respected. And everyone knows Katakwi as the second district to Chiruhura. So that means we're talking about KK, Chiruhura, Katakwi. Now, why am I here? Second reason is that I need to guide in this political process so that people understand. If you are looking for the best MP in this region, then you should be talking about Alupo, Jessica Epel, because she's the one who does exactly what the Constitution talks about the roles of an MP. Role number 1 is legislation. She does it perfectly. Role number 2 is representation. Alupo has really represented this district to the dot. Number 3 is appropriation. If you want to know an MP who does appropriation and follows the implementation, not just this local giving of money, but she follows the Constitution, she follows the budget, and then we look at the implementation coming into Katakwi. I won't just cite a few things. Just look at in education, how Alupo pulled the USU cases, the 7.2 billion program that every Ugandan would be jealous of. Look at Katakwi High School, look at Rome SS, look at other things now coming in. You look at the water rehabilitation of sources that is taking place. There you will just see that this is an MP. And then there is a process of oversight. That is the role of an MP. She does that to those. So I think as the people of Katakwi, it is high time that we open our eyes to make sure that we take back Alupo. And in my opinion, I would suggest that we take Alupo and no post, so that the president knows that we really love Alupo. So I want anybody, if you're hating Alupo, then this is the time to totally remove that hatred. And then we move as a team and say, no, let's vote our vice president back. So that because I am sure that remember what happened in 2016. People came here from all corners of the country to fight Alupo. That is the time I shed tears, because we listened to the foreigners who were coming to fight us because they wanted the positions that Alupo is taking. So we were able to unpluck the feathers from the doves in the streets while celebrating. But this time round, I think we need to be very conscious of our actions and make sure that anybody who comes from outside to influence the politics against Alupo should become our enemy, in my opinion. So I think it's a high time that we guarded Alupo like gold. Because just electing her, I want also to notify us that this country, as we speak, is in the hands of Alupo. I want us to be following keenly. Because if you have the brain, then you should be able to see what Alupo does for this country. Remember, there's a time the president was here. He totally said, you know, for me, I no longer fly the plane, but I send my daughter, Alupo, and she does it perfectly. So I am sure we are headed into leading this country. As long as we are able to take Alupo back, it is high time that we challenge anybody who comes against the vice president. So this is my first episode. I am coming back here to give another episode concerning Honorable Alupo, Jessica. But let's show the love. Let's show the care. Actually, if you have chicken and Alupo visits your place, let's all gang up and defend Honorable Alupo. I am here to follow up where these people are campaigning. What is the reason for coming to unseat Honorable Alupo? Sincerely speaking, what are these people going to tell the public? That we have come because Alupo has failed this, has failed. Alupo could be having her own weaknesses, but she has indicated that she's a proper woman MP for Katakwi district. So I see no reason as to why these people are coming in. For me, what I am also thinking is that people are looking for jobs. And politics is not a job. Politics is giving a service. So if they are looking for jobs, then they should be able to sit down with the Honorable Alupo and say, I think it is a high time you looked for us what to do. And I am sure Alupo can do that for them. So it is better for them to leave Alupo to serve the people of Katakwi, and for them who are looking for jobs, they go and look for jobs. Everywhere, people, I think it's just poverty that is causing all this. People know that when politics comes in, then they begin thinking by their stomachs. For me, I am one of those who advises people to think using their brains. So the moment you begin thinking with the stomach, then you are the one who looks at who has the money. And then you leave the right person who has the brain to lead the people. Thank you, IKOK Television, for hosting me, and I will always be available to guide. I want to greet everybody, especially Honorable Alupo, and I wish her well, and all of us need to protect her.